Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to a new video of CSC tutorial in Survive CSC, and today we'll be dealing with stack. It's going to be a short video. We'll just have to deal with a few methods. Now before we go to stack, I want to talk about what stack is. So let's have a idea about stack. So stack is a concept that has first in, last out. So something came in. For example, you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. So who came in first? He came in first, this one came second, and this came third. So this coming in is called push. So push here, and same goes for this, and same goes for this. The method of inserting here, insert, is known as push. So insert is equal to push. Okay? And pop is deleting or removing, so last out, right? So who's the last? This one is the last one, so this pop, and then this will pop, and this will pop. So the one who comes in the first is the one who gets out last. So that's called first in, last out. This is simply a stack, nothing more, nothing less. So we are going to make something like this. Now it is possible to do it with both arrays and linked list. So let us start with linked list. So if we start with linked list, I need a node class, which is actually how I create lists. So okay, you guys wait until, okay, you just watch me make it. It's going to be a short video anyway. Int lm, or you can just say value, since we're doing with stack. Node next, nothing new. And let's create a constructor. Or you can just use value this, whatever. Those are 111 concepts. So we are done with the static node class that I told you. And now that we're done with the node class, we can go ahead and start building the stack. But first, a stack has the first element, so which is kind of like the head. So we'll remain the first equal to null for now. Okay, this is just like the head. Okay, I'm just commenting it out. So the first method we need is a push. So what push? And we're going to push a node. Okay, let's say we're going to push an element. So object element. First thing you need to do is make it a node. So node simple as that. You're done. Now you have the node. Now all you have to do is just insert it. So since the, okay, let me just write it first. Ta-da, we're done. If in case, just in case you didn't understand anything, let me show you. first we were given an element 10, so we made it a node. So this node has 10. Okay, now the first, or F, has nothing now, which is a node, so it has 2 boxes and it is empty. What we did at the beginning is we set up node.next is equal to first. So this is F and this is node, so he has 2 boxes, and dot next is equal to F, who also has 2 boxes but empty. So first is now this has the element, suppose it's 10, and now we have said that first will become node itself. So node, this is now F first. So if you have another one, 20, which is the new node, then first thing you will do is make sure that the next of this is first, right? Here you can see that first, and then this will become F. So 10 and 20 on top. So this is something like this. 10 was there and now 20 is there, and in this way some things will keep coming up. So when you pop from the first, this one goes first, then this one, then this one. This is how the stack works. Okay, so I think you get the idea now. If you still face problems, feel free to ask me. And this is the same thing for the array. So we are done with push, and now we have to pop. Generally pop will actually tell you to return the element, so let's assume that you have to return the element. So object pop. You won't believe how easy this is. You just have to remove the first. So first equal to first dot next. Since you're going to return the object, first you have to put the object 10 and then remove the first and return value. Sorry, return 10. This is pop. As simple as it looks like. So I'll draw this for you as well. So you have 10, 20, 30. At present 30 is F, because every time first equal to node makes it the first. So I said first is equal to first dot next, which is 20. So this is done. This is popped out. 30 is popped out. This is popped. Okay, easy. So that's pop. We're actually done with linked list stack, but I'll just give you an extra method, which is print. This is a bonus, you can say. The loop I'll show you here, you can use it to make any methods like boolean is, and boolean is empty is easy. You can make methods like count elements, or stuff like that. I'll be using a while loop here. So while your node is not equal to null, you will continue the loop. This is not circular, so null is available. You keep printing out the values. Since this is a stack, we will use system.println. Beautiful way. I learned this online. This is a beautiful way to print your stack. It will look great actually. And don't forget to increment the node like we always do. The printing is done. So we have this stack with these methods, and we're actually ready to test it out. Now first let's check how many errors have we made. We will be solving the errors inshallah, and then we'll move on to the work. Okay. Where did I get int? Oh, okay. Seriously, only one error? Huh. As if. So that's all. Something is wrong with me today. Okay, now let's run. Oh, what's this? Oh, we don't need to do this. That's a funny error. Okay, this is the natural way. So first, okay, I have to put this print over here to show you the difference. So let me do some drawing over here, because I'm not going to do it for the arrays. For the arrays I'll just show you. Push 1, so 1 was pushed and then this became F first, and then push 2, 2 came, so 2 dot next is now 1 and then 2 becomes F. Similarly 4 and 8 came and now 8 is F. So when I said pop, the first F goes out, so 8 is gone and 8 is popped from the stack. Okay, I gave you the message, popped from stack, and then you have 4, 2, 1 left, and the next pop will be 4, next 2 and next 1. So first in was 1, but he is the last one to go out. This is the idea of stack. So the method of linked list is working perfectly. Now just create a new class and we're gonna copy everything almost. We don't need any nodes over here. Okay, so we're going to do it with arrays now. Stack our version. Okay, so for arrays to work, we need to first create the array itself. So let's do it over here. I have to make everything static, so static int max. Let's say we're going to create a stack of 100 values. Let's even make it final so that no one can change this. Once again we have in first, or you can also say in top, as you wish. We have int array, which will have the value of the max you have. You can also create it directly, it's up to you, no problem. So we have created the array. It was as simple as that. Now we're going to deal with the methods. So let's start with push. So you have this element you have to push. Okay, since we're going to be dealing with objects, let's just make an array of objects. Okay, so first thing is we need to check if the stack has reached its limits. So if the top I gave is greater or equal to 100, no, we cannot write 100, let's make it more professional, reaches 100 minus 1, because this is an array, so the index starts from 0. Okay, if it reaches the last index, then I want to stop right there. Here I can throw an exception, or I can just say stack overflow. Or I can also just throw an exception, throws STOF exception, which I didn't create. I can create it right now. Let's just go below, create a class with the same name, extends exception, and you're done. Okay, error, just ignore that. It will be error because we didn't complete it. So system or println, this will return overflow of stack. So that's the only thing you do over here. And if it's not an overflow, that means we can push. So you take an else and then just, I need to go to the next top. So if my top is 0, I can just put the top, change the top, and then insert it there. Okay, and then I'm done. We are done with push. There could be another thing that the Samutha may tell you to just prove true. If you return a boolean value if you are done with pushing. That means if this takes place, then you will return false, and if this happens, you will return true. In that case, all you have to do is just remove this and make it boolean. If you face exceptions, return false. If you don't face exceptions, return true. Simple as that. Now we just need to make a pop out. Same goes for pop. We need to check the error first. So if top is less than 0, that is definitely an underflow. So in that place you can just show an exception, DesC UF, and I'll have to go on my way to create this exception as well. Done. Now we didn't throw the exception, so here you can just just like this, okay? And if you throw an exception, these things will not work anyway, but I'm still giving you both of these. You can either choose this or you can do it manually. It's up to you. If they tell you to throw an exception, then you need to throw the exception. So if top is less than 0, then definitely it's an underflow. So I'm too lazy, so I'll just do the same thing here. Okay, now if you have an else, that means you can pop out. All you need to do is first you need to store the value. So object temp will have your value that you're about to pop out, and then you decrement pop top. Okay, this is actually minus minus, so this is not a dash. Okay, this is minus minus, I'm showing you. Then return temp. That's the idea of pop. That would have been another error. Okay, so we're done with push and pop. Now we'll be dealing with print. So there's no node over here. Printing will be different, so before we do to print, I'll just show you one more method. Okay, so when is the stack empty? It is definitely empty if you find it that the top is 0. So that's your method. Now we'll be dealing with void print. This is an array, so we will print like an array. So let's just use a for loop. Now this is going to print hundreds of nulls. We don't want that. So what we're going to do over here, okay, first things first. If there is a point where the value of AI equal to 0 or null, then I want to break it. I don't want the print to continue if this happens. Okay, so that's the printing of step. So we're done with all. I hope we didn't make any errors. Let's see. I'm ready to face any errors if I have made any. And I have made some. So there is a conflict between int and object. Unreachable statement, that means if you throw the exception, these are no longer valid, so you just remove them. And the same thing goes for this, because once an exception is thrown, those will no longer work. Okay, so we are done, and now we're going to test out. Okay, same output, absolutely same output for arrays. So we pushed in 1 2 4 8, and then we popped from stack, and then we did this. And since I have set up the print in such a way that if you reach null, don't print, and this would be 0 if you have an array of integers. So this is how you deal with stacks. You can create any other methods if you know how to go through the loop. Use this loop for arrays, and use this loop just for linked list. If you know how to use this too, then you are an expert in stack and nothing can stop you, inshallah. So that's all for stack. Happy surviving. The only thing you need to do is survive, and stay tuned for cues. Thank you. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment or email or do anything to reach me. I'll help you, and try to share this if you think it's helpful. See ya.